Hi, we are Alex and Lisa Mont-Ros with the Strategy Ninjas, and we just wanted to come today and share with everybody why we're so excited about what we do.
So AI is kind of the talk. It's what everybody's trying to figure out how to actually implement it into their businesses. However, there's a challenge, right? There's a lot of overwhelm, there's a lot of uncertainty, and to some extent, some outside the excitement, a little bit of fear too. And we're here to kind of like dispel all of that for your business so that you can actually get all of the productivity gains that AI promises and more.
One of the things that always comes up when we ask people how they feel about AI is that they're afraid that we're going to stop thinking. And there was an MIT study that came out a few months ago that had me pretty enraged because it essentially said that people who use AI are getting dumber. But when that came up in the first class that someone brought it up, I had to think about it for about 24 hours. And I was like, am I getting dumber? Like, am I actually getting dumber? And I for 24 hours, I had to think about this, which is insane. But I'm not. Like, what it is and what AI has empowered me and what it's enabled in my life is that I'm able to think bigger. Like, my thoughts are so much more limitless than they were before. So where I used to be held back by what I knew, like my knowledge, I studied marketing in college, and that was a while ago, so it's all outdated, but I was limited by what I had studied. I'm no longer limited by that because I have this tool in my hand that I know how to interact with. And so I have all the knowledge in the world. So now what I'm able to do is just take my creativity and turn that into something amazing because I have a thought partner who's insanely smart.
And you know what's cool about that? And this is something for everybody to really consider. Yes, AI has a tremendous amount of knowledge. Actually, I mean, anything that's ever been put out there pretty much has access to. Here's the one thing that AI does not have that you do. Experience.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget that when you're leveraging AI, it has to be coupled with your experience. So if there's ever any doubt, any fear, any uncertainty about what AI is going to do when it comes to, like, is it going to take my job, or is it going to, make me irrelevant? The answer is no. However, I will say this: you have to get in the game. You have to start leveraging AI. You have to get educated so you can start coupling your experience with the knowledge that AI has, and that becomes the differentiator in the market for whatever business you're in, for whatever you're going to use it for. And that's something we help all of our members, our clientele, our customers understand, implement, so that they can actually be empowered by AI so that they can continue to grow their businesses. And not only that, by the way, I do want to say something. I think it's not just about growing your business. It's about getting time back. If you have a family, to get time back to be with your loved ones. So it's about leveraging AI, not just for your business, but also for the things that really matter, to get time back to focus on what matters most to you. What are some of the challenges that real estate agents, brokerage owners are having right now when it comes to actually adopting AI? I mean, we talk to a lot of agents, we talk to a lot of brokerage owners. What is it?
Gosh, that list is like endless if you think about it. But one of the things that I think keeps coming up for me, because I go to a lot of conferences, right? And I always sit in on the AI speakers because I'm, first of all, trying to see what they're talking about. And then, of course, I'm comparing them to us because we speak in conferences. Yeah. And so I like the comparison. Yeah. But one of the things that I'm seeing out there is that every single speaker on AI is just talking about shiny objects. Yeah. They're flashing up a list of all the tools that you should be using, and they're saying, use this is going to change your world. But or prompts. Actually, that's the other thing, prompts, is that they flash up.
Death by prompts.
Oh my gosh, they flash up a bunch of prompts. So people take the pictures of it. But you know what happens is that people walk out of that conference, out of that seminar, and they still have no idea what to do.
Yeah, I know.
They're like, where do I start and what do I do? And that isn't being answered in the marketplace by most people in the AI space. And I think that's where we're so different, is that where we come in and talk differently, and I am trying to get on every single one of these stages because I'm like, please, let us come to your audience because we're actually going to make a difference. But we come in and we teach, how do you use these tools? Not a shiny object to use or not a magic prompt, but how do you actually figure out how to interact with these tools so that you can make a difference in your business? Yeah. You can start to take away some of the day-to-day tasks that you have to do because you're leveraging AI to do that. We teach how to actually use the tools, not what to use.
Yeah, I think there's something missing in the industry. And I don't know if it's because of the influencer kind of era of everything. It's easy to now, if you have an audience and you're like, oh, I want to switch gears, talk AI, you can automatically like turn eyeballs and be like, oh, he's now the subject matter expert, and I'm going to go focus on learning from this person when yesterday they were selling hot dogs. So it's really, you got to have some discernment. But I would say this, the way for as an agent or brokerage owner, I would say any real estate professional, think of AI in the way that you know, when you got into the industry, whatever industry it was, there was probably not an easy button for you, right? You didn't get into real estate and all of a sudden it was just really easy. You had to educate yourself. You had to empower yourself. You had to actually have a different mindset for going into that role. And AI is the same thing. And so when you're thinking about the journey of AI and the tools to use, number one, I would say this as a tip, focus on mastering one platform. One platform, that's it. So right now there's, as of today, there's 700 million users on ChatGPT, okay? If you have that on your phone and your desktop, get good at understanding what ChatGPT can do for your business and understand the platform and how to actually leverage it and how to actually set up the workspace, is what we call workspace engineering. When you get good at that, here's what changes. You can then start to see the nuances and also the similarities in other tools. And it allows you to then go and explore and actually adopt other solutions that are going to help your business. But if you've never taken the time, because of tech overwhelm and because of all the shiny objects that are out there when it comes to AI, you will just be floundering and never have anything significant from a solution perspective when it comes to AI. So that's something that we really dive into in helping agents, brokerage owners, and business owners really kind of understand and become empowered by.
Well, and I think one of the things that people who are starting to leverage AI, what they want to do is they all of a sudden want to do something that they've never done before. And there's one tool out there that I'm not even going to say its name because I've not tried it, but at every real estate conference I go to, they mention it and they're like, hey, this will make a podcast for you.
Yeah.
Are you doing a podcast? Like, if you're not already doing a podcast and you already can't keep up with the work that you have, why are you going to go use this tool and create a podcast? That makes no sense.
Well, that's where you get stuck in this loop of like, then you'll buy that, you'll spend hours trying to learn it, but guess what? You're busy with work. You're busy with all the other tools. You get your CRMs, everything else, and you're just wasting time because you actually didn't implement that tool into an already built out process. Here's a better way to go about it. Review all of your processes in your business. Think about what can AI do for this process that can make me faster and more efficient. Then replace that process or improve it with AI. Then go to the next process and the next process. Before you know it, now you've created, 10, 20 plus hours back in the week. Then you can go focus on, okay, I've always wanted to launch a podcast. Now I'm going to take the time. I'm going to come to companies like,
Lister Pros.
Yeah, no.
Cut that, but we'll fix it.
You're going to come to companies like Lister Pros or those that do this type of work, and you can strategize with them or try to figure out, how to do it from your research. And that time now is actually valuable because you're understanding you have time back to focus on now implementing something new in the business. Here's the trap, though. Most people don't take the time to do that. And because they're not being guided and coached to be like, hey, first make your processes efficient from what you're doing using AI. That's how you get the gains. That's how you get the wins. That's how you actually make more revenue. Because now you can implement these other things that you've always had on your wish list. Podcasts, I've always wanted to hire more people for my team to actually scale or whatever the case may be. Now you have the time to do it.
You know what's so funny about you saying that is that I love to-do lists. I have 2 notebooks next to my computer that I have to-do lists. And I'm like mentally thinking about what's on my to-do list. Mm-hmm. And I think 5 out of the 15 items are create custom GPTs to help me with my work. So I'm like, it's not only do we talk about this, but like we live it. Mm-hmm. Because there's certain things that I do on repeat every day. And as I'm going through my day and I'm doing those things on repeat, I'm like, ooh, what if I created a project or a custom GPT that would cut the time that it takes me to do this task in half? Mm-hmm. Then I'm freeing up so much time to do something else that my mind wants to do creatively. Yeah. And so I actually love that as you said that. I'm thinking through my to-do list and I'm like, that's literally what my to-do list has become, is creating the systems in AI.
That's how we think, and I think that's been the change, going back to your comment around that MIT study. Yeah. I think it's created not necessarily dumber. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. Maybe,
I mean, maybe some people.
Look, in the next 10 years, we're going to see what the fallout will be of all this AI stuff. We have yet to see what's going to happen. But I would say this, that it will enable you to think differently. Okay, there was a time where you had to go calculate all of your math on paper. And then you got the calculator. Did that make you dumber? No. It just made you more faster to do other things and focus on other things. Very small example, I get it, but think of it that way. What AI can do for you is actually expand your thinking. And I think for us, we've been able to launch multiple different companies out of this. We've helped other people launch companies. We move at a very fast pace because of AI. We weren't able to do that 5 years ago, guys. So all the things that we've wanted to do, from like adding value to the market, adding value back to our own businesses, we've been able to do because of AI, because we've understood the process of actually how to leverage it in a very appropriate way that gets us the gains that we want. And that is the differentiator. So if you are looking at your journey of AI and you're just bombarded, you have fear, you have overwhelm, you have uncertainty, take a step back. It's all gonna be okay. Try to educate yourself, get in the game, stop ignoring AI, and actually start partnering and getting in networks that are gonna help you start to adopt these things, help you understand how to better use them for your business, so that you can actually grow and scale and have fun with it too, by the way. Because we have a ton of fun when we get to now learn new tools, because we have a process in place to do that. We get to now kind of play around and implement things that we've never been able to do before because of the power of AI. So it's an exciting time to be alive.
I think it's super exciting. And I honestly, like, why we've leaned so much into real estate is that, like, you've been in real estate since 2003. I've been in the world since 2006. And I sold for a very short time, but I sold at a super high level. In a very short time, I took off. But what happened to me is that I burned out, because there's so much work to do in real estate, not only with the work that has to be done, but with the work that you should be doing. And trying to manage all of that while showing houses, going on consultations, it's so hard. And I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, if I would have had the tools that I had and the resource that I know about now, like what I could do in real estate.
We're tempted at times, guys. We're not going to do it because we've made a promise. But every now and then we're like, gosh, we should just go back to just go crush it in real estate. I mean, we have that thought every so often, but we say, no, we have this thing going. It's been going great. And we're adding a lot of value, and
well, and I don't want to go back to that. And part of it is because I love the real estate industry so much. But what I love so much about what we do is that, like, our last company, our slogan was giving you back time to focus on what matters most. Yeah. And it occurred to me a few months ago that I'm like, we're literally doing the same thing for the real estate industry, because I want to transform this industry. Yeah. There's no reason you should have to work 16 hours a day to be successful as a real estate 100%. Agent. And I am in so many real estate Facebook groups, and I interact with so many real estate agents and moms in particular. And the thing that comes up all the time is like, how can I be a mom and run a real estate empire? Like, everybody's trying to solve this. Yeah. And I think we have found the solution when people actually implement it.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Last thing I'll say, just to kind of close the loop on this, I think if you're, again, watching this and you're thinking, okay, great, what do I do now? How do I start this journey? I already have ChatGPT. I kind of know a little bit about prompting, or I don't. I write some amazing captions, but it doesn't yet have my tone, or whatever else, emails. I think those are kind of the two, right? Like captions and emails, social media. I would say, number one, stop dabbling with AI as if it's not a serious, I would say, advancement in human history. Like, you need to be all in. You need to start educating yourself. Become empowered to understand how to better leverage it for your business. Get in rooms that are going to help you level up and actually leverage AI for what it was meant to do for us, which was to help us become more efficient. Okay? So get into rooms. Number two, I would say stop thinking that there's an easy button. Guys, there's no easy button. There is no easy prompt that's going to solve your business challenges. All right? Now, there's great prompts, and you should understand prompt engineering is what they call the term. You should understand that, because it will help you get to the next level and the next level of AI. And it doesn't take long to learn, by the way, once you get serious about it. But if you don't, if you just continue to think and you're searching for the easy button, the easy prompt that's going to get you, 10 hours back, it does not exist. What exists is understanding a process. What is the process for how to actually leverage AI for your business, step by step by step, that will get you your 10, 20 plus hours back to focus on other things that are related to your business that are more important, like client, being with your clients, lead generating, and so on. And then lastly, I would say it's exciting. Like, change your mindset, paradigm shift. It's a new time. Like, the fear of it, just set it aside, dive all in, be about learning and growing, and have a growth mindset when it comes to AI, and really adopt it and go all in. So anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think the only other thing, because one of the questions that comes up is like, which should I use? Should I use Grok? Should I use Copilot? Should I use ChatGPT? Should I use Claude? And we're in a time right now where I think people have to choose their tribe. We've leaned really heavy into ChatGPT, even though we still use the other LLMs. But part of the reason is that they have all of the features to do just about everything that you need. And also they have 700 million users. And so they're learning a lot from all of their users on how to make it better. But I think that question just comes up is, which one should I use? Pick one. Don't try to learn all of them. Like, just pick one and really, really dive in and learn that, because it's not a software program that you're going into and saying, please give me 5 email responses. It's actually learning as it goes. That's the idea behind AI. And so when you spend your time in one, you're training it to get better at you and what you need it to do.
Yeah, that's such a great point. So with that said, guys, get in the game. We're the Strategy Ninjas. If you need any help, you can reach us at info@thestrategyninjas.com, or just visit our website. We have a lot of resources there, free resources. Also, we have the Strategy Lab. It's a free community. We have bi-weekly live calls where we actually educate. We even have resources that we give to you all to help you in your AI journey. Just come to our website. There's details on how to get access to that, absolutely for free. So join that, the AI Strategy Lab, with us. And with that said, thank you for watching this. Anything else? I don't know.
Over and out.